Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and you can see I've got a big friend next to me because we are doing something that is not super difficult to do if you know how to do it, and that's taming a Rhyniognatha, or whatever you want to call them. I usually refer to them just as rhinos or rhinos, whatever you want to say. Now, basically all you have to do is know where to get them and know how to get them. It's not very difficult, and I'm going to show you everything in this video, so if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. That would be awesome. So basically all you got to do, right, find the location on the map. Now there is one little cheap spot that I always use. Now if you look where I'm looking right now, I'm gonna go ahead and double click so you can see this little area right here. Always, in my, I guess every time I've ever been there, has always had a rhino inside of it, basically from 5565 up until 5068. Now this kind of square right here always has one because it's a larger area that they can spawn into. And that's kind of where I always find them. They can spawn anywhere on the island that the swamp is present, though. So basically, you can find them on the entire way around this northern, or I guess the southern side of the Redwoods Forest. Now, what you're going to need is pretty simple. You just need access to a Rhyniognatha pheromone and then a large tame. Rex happens to be the easiest because it's got a high damage and high health pool, and the reason that you want that is because it's, whatever you use is going to get killed by the rhino. Now keep that in mind. I repeat that again. Whatever you use is going to get killed by the rhino in order to tame it. It's kind of like a trade-off. I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is just going to spawn one in real quick just so you can see, but this is how you actually get the rhino pheromone. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a level 1, and you can see it right here, right? So this is the Rhyniognatha. It's got some decent health pool on it. Usually, no matter what, they're going to spawn in right around 2,000 or 3,000 health. And you can see that with the Rex, you get it pretty quickly. He'll eat the pheromone, and you have to feed it to him. And once you do, he's going to have like a 300-second cooldown timer where he can actually be impregnated. Now, once that happens, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm basically right next to where we want to go, right? So I'm going to head over in this region, and I'm going to show you where to get the rhinos. Now, again, you can see there's some beaver dams right there. Super useful. But what we're going to do, we're just going to keep rolling forwards. In this corner that I talked about, look at, just like I promised, there's one right up there. So this corner, it's, I don't know if you want to call it the hot corner. Every rhino I have ever tamed has happened in this box that I'm heading into right now. And you just have to use the Rex. And I usually just walk up and down the river because these things are very easy to spot. They have their giant wings. They make a ridiculous amount of noise. And I hear it. I don't see it. There it is. All right, so, and it has to be a female, by the way. You can see that this one, where'd it go? I swear I just saw it. Yeah, so this one's a female, and you can see that by getting up close to it or by using the binoculars. And then when you find out it's a female, it can impregnate the Rex. Now all we're going to have to do is we're going to go ahead and have to get this thing to beneath 10% of its health. So I use spyglasses because I like to use mods and stuff like that to actually make sure that I never actually risk it. But you can just get right up close to this thing and then keep hitting it, right? Now it's usually pretty obvious once it enters that 10% mode. It'll come down and try and mess you up. Don't get hit by those like little balls because those will stick you in place if you stand in them. Just wait for it to come down and bite you. And you can see right now that that's what we're doing. We're just gonna bite it a little bit. It's got a little bit of blood on it. So what we're gonna do now is, now that I see there's a little blood on it, right, I'm gonna inject the pheromone into my creature. And I'm gonna slowly keep biting this thing until it actually decides that it wants to. There we go. We're getting pretty close. Until it decides that it actually wants to impregnate this Rex. Now it's a very obvious thing. Its tail's gonna light up when we want to do this, and you don't actually have to be seated on the Rex. We can be away from it. Just make sure you whistle passive, right? And then you can use a shotgun in order to take care of this thing, right? So you'll see that once this thing actually gets impregnated, I'm gonna go ahead and take off in the air so you can see what I'm talking about here, right? It's not gonna take damage for some reason. There we go. So I'm just going to show you the health that we're sitting at right now, 1.7 out of 6. And you can just let it attack your Rex. As long as your Rex has that little red stuff on the outside of it, you can see that, it's going to be just fine. And that's what you need in order for the rhino to impregnate your tame. Now, if it doesn't have that red, it will not work, so keep that in mind. So we're probably getting pretty close on this thing right now. 488, so it is in that range. You saw it just impregnated him, and then it ran away. So you can see now it's got a Rex has cravings, right? And it'll happen in 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, the reason that that's an awesome thing is because, I don't know, in my opinion, it's a super cool little thing, just like the Reaper has the ability to impregnate something. We're good to go now. You can see that I have 40 minutes right there. See that? And I have to get random weird things in order to make this little baby happy. And the more things that you can get, the higher level, the better, just like it would be for a Reaper, that you're going to have access to, right? So we're going to feed it. And unfortunately, no matter what, this Rex is going to die. That's the only negative, right? So this thing will have a craving, and I'm just going to go ahead and attack some stuff. Usually you're going to have to get a whole bunch of random stuff, so keep that in mind. When I say random stuff, I literally mean just completely random things. So that could be anything from kibble to a focal chili, anything. So make sure you have access to a whole bunch of random rare crap, right? Because that's what the baby is going to ask for. You can see that we just killed the female there, and yeah, so we got this going on. And I'm gonna go ahead and slow-mo 1000 this so you can see what I'm talking about. Slow-mo 1000, and we'll go ahead and slow-mo 1. And he's got 4 minutes of cravings, 3 minutes of cravings, and once that craving gets activated, oh my goodness, we're almost getting there. 1, 0, 40 seconds, 10 seconds, 6 seconds. All right. So we're going to go ahead and destroy wild dinos as well. Destroy, I spelled those wrong. Destroy wild dinos, and we're good to go. And you can see it wants a golden Hesperornis egg. So yes, it is ridiculous to have to find that, but you will need to get that in order to actually get the boost for it. So it doesn't matter all that much if you want to or don't want to. It is what is required. But it's pretty simple. You just have to give them the golden set. You know how to raise a baby. I don't need that part. So here's the sucky part, right? So now that I've got this Rex out and taken care of, in 3 seconds, he's going to disappear and get eaten. It's going to burst out the side of him. It's kind of hilarious if you think about it that way. But it's not something great because you basically have to lose a dino in order to gain one, right? So now, make sure you do this in a protected area, obviously, because these things are very, very valuable. You see that this is not the 150 that I got because I did not get any imprint really at all to it. So this is how you do it, right? The rhinos, very simple. They're very easy. You just have to basically sacrifice a tame and kind of do what I showed you in the video. And again, hopefully this is something that actually helps you. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. It's pretty easy, not too bad to get a hold of them. And hopefully it's something that is useful for you. If you don't mind, again, don't feel afraid. Smash that like button. Leave a comment below for the algorithm. And if you don't mind, I'm getting close to 100K. And again, that's been my dream all along. Consider subbing to the channel. All right, hopefully this helps you out. Teach out.